guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, it is going to be a hair video. I have not made a hair video in the longest time. I don't think I've touched my hair in a year, you guys. Today, I'm going to be highlighting my hair with a highlighting cap by Salon Care. Now, I know I've done some crazy stuff with my hair, but I've never used this on anyone nor me. So I thought it would be pretty fun to give myself some highlights this summer. This is what it looks like. So it's like a plastic cap with little holes in. I'm pretty sure you've already seen how these work. It comes with a little crochet needle hook where you kind of pick out your hair. So this little package by Salon Care comes with the cap and the crochet hook, so you don't need to buy it separately. Other than this, you will need, of course, bleach. So you'll need your developer and your powder bleach, and also some utensils such as a brush and a bowl. Yeah, so I zoomed in so you guys could have a better look. So this is how small the hook is. And this is the other end. I think this helps with mixing, maybe. I'm not sure what this side is for. And this is what the cap looks like. I'm not going to go into much detail with like everything, but there's, like I said, basically little holes right here, and you puncture this crochet hook into the second layer to grab, you know, pieces of your hair. And I do want to say something. If you guys actually hear a lot of stuff going on around the house, that's because there are people in the house. I live in a household of what, like 6? So yeah. And before we actually get started with the highlighting process, I do want to talk about my hair. So as you guys can see, it is very light. I would say this is maybe like a 6. And then my roots are like a 1 or 2. So I have about an inch of virgin hair on top right here. And then this is like a level 6. So it will be kind of crazy to see how this goes. I did get a developer of 30 volumes. Now, when I was watching other videos, it was recommended to brush your hair backwards like so. And this little part right here, you could tie under your neck. So when you're pulling out pieces of your hair, you know, your the cap doesn't fall off. Okay, so now we have the cap on. You're basically just going to go ahead and pull up pieces of your hair. You can have someone help you with this. I could probably do the top and 2 sides of my head, but I won't be able to do the back. So have someone help you if you need additional help. Alright, so I do want to let you guys know something. So because the hook on this needle is very small, it's very hard to get bigger chunks. So if you want bigger highlights, you will probably have to use a regular crochet needle that is bigger than this, because this little tiny thing is not going to grab anything bigger than these little strands right here. Alright guys, and I am done with picking out my hair. And before you guys even start putting the bleach onto your hair, make sure, like I highly suggest you, if you're doing this by yourself, make sure you check the back of your hair and you know, the sides with a mirror in the bathroom, because girl, I thought I was done, but trust me, when I checked the back, there were some parts that I missed. So if you're doing this by yourself, or if you're at home by yourself, make sure you double check, you know, your whole head before you even start bleaching. If you have someone at home, make sure they, you know, just have them check your hair first. You know, you could do it yourself, you could pick out your own hair, but just make sure that, you know, you have them double check before you start bleaching your whole head. But yeah, so now I'm done picking out my hair. I'm happy with the amount I did. So these are the sides right here, and I'll show you guys the back. And this is the back, as you guys can see. Okay, so I actually cannot tuck this under the cap, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. I don't know if you guys can see. So I did a little loop, and I'm just gonna leave that there. And now let's get into mixing. For powder bleach, I'm going to use Wella's powder lightener, and this lifts up to 7 levels. And for developer, I'm using 30 volume by Salon Care. Alright, so I've mixed my mixture, and this is how it looks like. It shouldn't be too runny, because if it is too runny, it's gonna run down and it's actually gonna seep through the little holes that you've already picked out. So make sure that your mixture isn't runny, and it shouldn't be too dry either. So this is what mine's look like. Yeah, it's like a big clump. So make sure it's not too dry, because if it's too dry, it probably won't lift. But make sure it's not too runny, because it probably won't lift either, and plus it's just gonna be a huge mess. So I am going to tone my hair with Wella's permanent liquid hair toner, and this is T35 beige blonde. And because my hair is getting quite light, I don't want it to be very yellow, so I'm gonna tone. If your hair doesn't get as light, then you may not need a tone, but if you do want to tone, then go ahead and tone. I just don't want any like brassy color or any brassy highlights, so I'm gonna tone with this. Okay, so I was gonna go wash my hair, but I actually want to do one last check-in with you guys before I wash it. I want you guys to see how light my hair is and comparable to how it's gonna look like with the highlights and everything. So this is how light my hair is. I think I waited like, I would say 15 to 20 minutes because my hair was like level 6, and because my roots were virgin black hair, it lifted quite fast. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm going to get ready and wash my hair, and I'll be right back with the final results. Hi you guys, so it's been a couple of days and I am back. I haven't had the chance to style my hair and make the final review for you guys, but today is the day. So here is the final results from the highlighting cap, and I actually really like it. You guys might not see a difference because the highlights might be the same shade or not as light as you would think it would be, because I did tone it, but actually it added some like life to my hair, added depth and dimension, which I really like. But before, I felt like my hair was just kind of dead because it was just one solid color. I feel like the highlights definitely gave my hair life, and it just looks more like shiny and glossy, because that's what highlights do. They kind of add that little shine. Well, it makes it seem like your hair is like shiny and healthy and things like that. So I don't know if you've seen the highlight video I made a year back, but that doesn't even compare to this. It was a good kit to try out at home, but I feel like the highlight cap definitely made the highlights a little bit more even and a little bit more professional looking. So if you're interested in the highlighting cap, then I would definitely recommend you to try it. I give it a 10, and I would do this multiple times in the future if I want like lighter parts or anything like that. I think it's not difficult at all, but it's not like extremely easy too. I feel like it's in the middle. Like, it's something you could do by yourself and you could probably get better at. So it's definitely something that I would do in the future for myself. Okay, so I'll show you guys what my hair looks like. This is my hair with the highlights in it, and I really do like it. Like I said, you might not see a difference, but I actually do, and I really like it. It's very subtle, like I said, because I did tone it. But of course, you know, future highlights would lighten up the highlights a little bit more. And this is the back of my hair. Alright guys, so I feel like this basically concludes the end of the video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I answer them to the best of my ability using this highlighting cap. Of course, bleach is permanent, so if you're gonna ask if this is permanent, yes it is. But don't be afraid of permanent bleach. I think you should be more afraid of using bleach than it being permanent. I feel like there's a difference, because if you're gonna use bleach and if you haven't used it before, you know, maybe go to a professional. Me personally, I started bleaching my own hair myself, and I felt like that kind of brought up my self-esteem with using bleach. So if you're gonna use bleach at home, if you're gonna do this by yourself, use a developer of like 20. It won't lift as much, and if you do any mistakes or anything like that, it won't be too noticeable and it won't be as damaging. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!